Some of the most perceptive people you'll meet never studied psychology. They didn't learn to read a room through intentional practice or meditation. Instead, their nervous systems were trained by necessity. They learned to predict moods and scan for subtle shifts in tension, simply because doing so was the only way to feel safe. Psychologists call this specific phenomenon traumatic intelligence. Hardship leaves wounds, but it also leaves behind specific, measurable cognitive advantages. It sharpens the mind into a tool for survival. Growing up in an unpredictable environment acts as a persistent environmental pressure. It forces a developing brain to prioritize certain types of information. Under pressure, the amygdala and prefrontal cortex wire together early. This creates a high-speed circuit catching social cues and threats most miss. From the outside, the individual appears calm, but internally, the nervous system runs a sophisticated operation, scanning every interaction for hidden data. Curious, what happens when a mind biologically specialized for high-stakes environments attempts to function in the quiet of everyday life? These heightened perceptive abilities are not random personality traits. They are deliberate adaptations built for threat detection. The ability to read a room is actually rapid pattern recognition. Your brain catalogs microexpressions and body language in milliseconds because at one time that data kept you out of harm's way. This also drives hyperempathy. You sense when someone is struggling before they even process it themselves. This sensitivity developed from the need to track the emotional states of unpredictable caregivers. Even your inner thoughts reflect this architecture. You might compulsively analyze a conversation, searching for hidden motives or meanings. You became a student of human nature because understanding people was essential to your well-being. Analyzing every move was the primary way your brain established a baseline of security in a chaotic world. The adapted mind moves beyond observation when an environment begins to fail. Many individuals with this background excel during a crisis. Through a process called stress inoculation, your brain remains calm and strategic when others freeze. High-stakes situations are simply your normal operating temperature. This is often accompanied by intense self-reliance. When childhood environments lack reliable support, the brain learns that dependence is risky. Internalizing resourcefulness becomes the default setting. This extreme competence isn't a quirk. It's the hallmark of a nervous system that learned early on that it had to be its own rescue. Beneath that strategic exterior is a deep, highly defended internal world. A sensitized amygdala means you experience the world at a different frequency. You feel the weight of music, the sting of injustice, the warmth of a kind gesture, more viscerally than those around you. Protecting that depth requires a filter known as adaptive skepticism. Your brain screens signals of safety against a rigorous internal standard. Once a person's behavior matches that specific geometry of trust, the resulting connection is unusually resilient. There is also a refusal to let pain be meaningless. Research on post-traumatic growth suggests that many who navigate adversity emerge with a clearer philosophical understanding of what actually matters. This empathy, skepticism, and depth are genuine cognitive adaptations. They are part of a specialized mental architecture. Maintaining this level of alertness has a steep price, particularly when it comes to rest. Watch the motion of this pendulum. This is the adapted nervous system in a quiet room. Slowing down feels uncomfortable, or even dangerous. Because it was conditioned to stay alert, your mind interprets stillness as a lack of preparation. The very intelligence you built to survive now requires active, conscious effort just to power down. Recognition is only the starting point. To find balance, you have to actively signal to your brain that the immediate threat has passed. Through grounding techniques, you send rhythmic pulses from the prefrontal cortex to the amygdala. This physically dims the threat response, training the system to relax. Reclaiming safety means treating rest as a skill, teaching the nervous system that quiet is not the same as vulnerable. It also means setting boundaries on your empathy. Being able to feel everyone's emotional state doesn't mean you are responsible for managing it. Adversity left a physical record in your neural pathways. It produced a sharp, perceptive mind, but that architecture required a high down payment. You spent years building this mind to navigate a difficult world. Now, you get to decide where you want that intelligence to take you next.